Welcome to our Ascension class for this month. We're going to be talking about genetic path cutting. And we've got a nice big booklet to take home with you that really encompasses what I've discovered in the last 5 years, things to help stabilize your physical body. Using various tools, not only just supplements, but also awarenesses of what we're doing here in our soul agreements in terms of path cutting, particular genetic clearings as well as emotional clearings, and I would say in the collective and conscious as well. We are path cutting and clearing through our very vehicles energies that have been held in human consciousness for eons of time, such as fear, suffering, anger. These particular emotions are directly related to human duality and human perceived separation. These were wounds of the group soul, of which were splintered off in our experience over lengthy periods of time cycles that created these experiences in consciousness in the human group soul, such as, again, fear, suffering, and this sort of thing. So genetic path cutting addresses this so that we can have a greater comprehension of all that we're doing in our personal and our planetary evolution, and then take the steps by utilizing different tools that help support stabilizing not only our physical body, but our mental, emotional, and spiritual body. Today is going to be more emphasized on the physical because we tend to forget more about how to take care of the physical in relationship to ascension. When we think ascension, we usually think energy and emotion, and many of you have noted, many times I speak about ascension is 99% emotional clearing, of which it is, but now we have to look at the correlation to our bodies. Every single cell, every single molecule of our being, the tissue structures, the organ structures, all vibrate at a very specific frequency. When we understand the proponent of where we will accumulate blockages in our being by the particular emotions we're clearing, you'll start to see direct correlations. Many of us probably already know a little bit of this material in terms of our kidneys will vibrate and attract fear. If we are holding fear in our body, generalized or core fear, it will attack or feel blockage in the kidney area. So when we know this, we're more equipped to understand if I support my kidneys, I support the clearing release of my body. And so that's what this booklet and this class is designed to talk about this evening, is genetic path cutting and some of the basic tools that I've discovered over the last few years that have not only benefited myself, but as well many of my family and clients as well. So this by no means is comprehensive. I probably have 1,000 pages for you, but in the limitations of time, I was able to get together at least the basics to give us an overall starting point so that we have some tools to take home with us. So the very first thing I want to talk about is that May is going to be a very intense period of time. And for those of you that are on the Yahoo group or have been following my newsletters, I just want to recap a little bit of what we're going to be experiencing in the coming months, which is starting now. We're starting to feel the momentum and shifts of a new acceleration. And again, for those of you, there's a few of you that are new here, so I want to back up for a moment and just preface to where this information is coming from. So again, I'm Renee, and I'm here representing the Guardian Races. About 8 years ago, I had a spontaneous Kundalini event that completely changed my world and my consciousness. I went from being a tax accountant and very much in a third dimensional view of life and world, even though in my heart I knew it wasn't my sole purpose, and I had felt my whole life that something was missing, and as well, what was I doing on this planet? I really felt, I would say, kind of detached and not engaged in planet Earth life, which at times had been very confusing for me. So when I went through this awakening, I became introduced to a spiritual hierarchy. And naturally, that was pretty shocking at the time when I did not have a framework for understanding that we are sharing space with untold amounts of consciousness, of beings, all of which are absolutely intertwined with us, but at this level of consciousness, we haven't been made aware of their presence. And so the Ascension cycle is giving us this opportunity again to become cosmic citizens, to understand that we share space as multidimensional beings, and learning how to be in our self-sovereign power and take responsibility for the direction of our energies, the direction of our consciousness, and to be given those tools to begin to move into a new paradigm of higher reality systems, of which we are moving into now. The time is now. So it's a very exciting time for human consciousness. And again, over the last 8 years or so, I have been downloaded with tremendous amounts of data, of which at the time this data was exchanged, I had no idea what it was. It came to me in light packets, in light language, such things as waking up in the middle of the night with cords coming out of my third eye from deep space, seeing them explode in my third eye. These were downloads that I was receiving from my particular star lineage and family, which is the Syrian Council. So I later found out that I'm a walk-in and that I have contracts and agreements to facilitate a particular type of information to assist humanity as a species in understanding better what's at stake in human consciousness, what's at stake in human evolution. And again, one thing is so important to preface is this is one lens of perception in the prism of God consciousness, just one of trillions. So it's designed to empower you. Sometimes the information can feel a little controversial, it may stretch you a bit. And again, the discernment is left to you to understand and to compile great amounts of energy and information so that you can develop your own power as a being in terms of developing your truth. Because the revelation is in you. This is where it all is, but this is designed to help you get there. Let's get a couple pearls together for the necklace of truth that you're building. So the Syrian Council, this information tends to be what I noticed more technical. They have a more technical kind of distribution of data, as opposed if you went and listened to other beings that are speaking about ascension, it may be more heart-based. You'll feel the energies. Once you learn how to read these energy signatures, this information is definitely, it has a technical bent to it. But it is meant as well to activate, because hidden within it is coding, is frequency, because your cells know the truth. Now it's just us waking up to the remembrance of that particular truth that resides in us as a part of the human species. Getting